Hey guys, so quick disclaimer, it is currently May 1st at the time of the recording, and this video was originally supposed to be out in the middle of April. I do apologize.
Owl House is property of Disney Channel and Dana Terrace. I do not own any of the following footage. This is just a review of one of my newest favorite shows.
As Ida is showing Luz a card game that she's playing against an owl where the cards come to life and she's declared the winner, but in fear Luz points out that Ida's curse is returning. As they all head over to the chest where the elixirs are, they realize that they're all gone. As Ida makes the suggestion that they all need to play one more round before going to the market, but Luz hands the cards over to Albert the Owl and tells him to fly towards the market, so she would have to follow him. As Luz is talking to King and commenting on how cool it is just to sit there and watch the world go by in this dimension. Meanwhile, Ida is trying to get the shopkeeper to open the door. Luz suddenly sees a giant being carried down the street, and Ida tells Luz that they are demon hunting nomads that hunt down the beast and sell them. The shopkeeper tells Ida that he'll try anything he can to get her the potion. Luz sees Willow and Gus walking their way with a sad look on their face as they were not invited to Amity's sleepover. As Amity and her friends walk by, they mock Willow for not being a good witch, and Amity says it's not her fault because she's talentless. Luz tells Willow and Gus that they're gonna have their own moonlight conjuring party. She then runs over to go tell Ida the news. The shopkeeper tells Ida that he's all out, but she can try her hand at the night market tonight. He informs her that there's a guy named Grimhammer. Luz approaches Ida about the idea of her having her own moonlight conjuring party at the house, and Ida denies it because her being out that night. She forces King to go with her in case there's pickpockets. Luz then lies about Ida saying yes to Gus and Willow because of them being so excited for their very first moonlight conjuring. Ida puts her trust into Luz about taking care of the house while she is gone. Luz fails to ensure her that she will take care of it. Ida immediately catches on. She states that if Luz does anything to betray her, she would never trust her again. Willow and Gus takes off their bush disguises and Luz invites them inside. As they're all in the living room, Willow states how exciting this is to do with actual friends. She says that all they need to do is to pick an object to animate, and they choose Gus's action figure. They chant and the whole house begins to shake while the candles go out. As Luz goes outside, Willow comes to the conclusion that she accidentally animated the whole house. Luz tries to convince Hootie to stop the house but can't hear her due to him being in some kind of trance. As the house walks closer to the edge of the cliff, Gus falls and they all three join hands to try to help him up. As Luz tells the house to stop, they figure out that they did it by all of them joining hands. She lets them know that they need to take the house back to the property, but Gus wants to take it on a little joyride first. A demon hunter then spots the house walking away. As Ida is at the night market, her curse begins to worsen. She finds out from a shady character where Grimhammer resides. This is his house. As the three spot Basha in the woods, they decide to mess with her by acting like a talking house. It's all fun and games until she runs away in fear. As Luz spots that the moon is going down, she states again that she thinks they should all go back. Luz has shown Amity's Instagram account where she updated her post with the tag "humans can bite it." She then loses her temper and decides to go crash the party like Willow asked. Ida approaches the vendor stand where he's surprisingly joyful. She soon finds out that she doesn't have enough money to purchase the potion. After spotting a stack of Texas Hold'em cards, she states that if she wins, she gets the potion. If he wins, he gets something of hers. As Luz and her friends get close to Amity's house, they're suddenly stopped by the same demon hunters from earlier and tied down. The hunter then approaches them. As the house begins to move, Luz makes an attempt to try to wake up Hootie to stop. He says that it can only be stopped by holding hands with all three of them. Willow apologizes to Gus, stating that all of this was her fault. The demon hunters then take the three and throw them off of a cliff. As they hang there, Willow states that this is all her fault and once again apologizes to Luz. She says that her and Amity used to be friends, but when Amity got her powers, she quit hanging out with her. Luz states to her that she's an amazing witch for making a house come to life. Willow then grabs a piece of a branch and starts extending it. After Ida loses the card game, the merchant decides to pick King for his prize. She tries to use magic to stop him, but doesn't end up working because of her curse. The merchant then reveals that he knows who she is and will turn her in for money. Thanks to Willow, the team rises up to the top using her plant magic and ends up stopping one of the guards. They all three join hands once again performing the spell. One of the guards ends up cutting the tree that is wrapped around him, but only to turn around and see the owl house has crushed him. They all need to guide the house safely back to the property. Ida tells King that she's sorry for what happened and swears that she's completely done with the game. He accepts her apology and turns around to give her the elixir and take it. just for the merchant to tell them that the Emperor's Coven is already on their way to claim Ida. As the merchant taunts both of them about him getting what he wants, suddenly the moving owl house stomps on his vendor tent. Ida laughs at the incident until she realizes it was her house. They all get back to the owl house and the door closes, revealing that Ida was behind the door. She punishes Willow, Gus, and Luz by making her clean the entire house from top to bottom, but then states to Luz that she's actually proud of her for being able to do something that powerful. As King sits on the couch with Ida, he tells her that he too is surprised that she could do that. Ida suddenly gains a little more hope in her training. Amity's party turned out to be a complete bust, as her friends and her couldn't even animate a stuffed animal. They all get notifications on Pinstagram about Luz and her friends animating the whole entire owl house, which to their surprise, well, surprises them.